Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now.
Today Tix is your one-stop shop for theater tickets with the best prices on tickets to Broadway and beyond. Today Tix has Broadway tickets up to 40% off, which makes it easier than ever to see that show you've always wanted to see, or discover something you'll love just as much. Book your tickets in advance or even day of if you're feeling spontaneous. Visit todaytix.com/comedytix or download the Today Tix app today and get $20 off your first purchase with code COMEDYTIX.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, I'm Cara Natterson.
And I'm Vanessa Bennett, and we are the hosts of the Puberty Podcast. It's a show that weaves together scientific research, parenting strategies, and hilarious stories to help adults who are raising kids through adolescence.
First, we lay the groundwork for how puberty has changed, and then we get into the tricky territory of how to talk about it with kids.
Listen to us on Acast or wherever you get your podcasts. Buckle up and enjoy the ride.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
What are we doing?
Well, we're starting Job.
We are! We're starting the book of Job!
But we also have to start this with a bit of an apology.
Yeah.
Because we have fucking sucked.
Okay, but to be fair, it's not that we suck. We just suck at podcasting at the moment.
Yes.
We don't suck in general. We just have a lot going on.
Right. Yeah, no, we keep underestimating how much shit we have left to do.
Yeah.
And right now we have a couch in our dining room.
I mean,
so
a tore up ass janky couch in our dining room.
Yeah. So that's the state of things at the moment.
Yeah.
And we're sorry, guys.
We're sorry.
We meant to do episodes this weekend and we didn't.
Well, for one thing, I literally cannot find the book that we were reading from, or from which we were reading.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, we are woefully behind on shouting out patrons, which we are going to be doing again soon.
And which we are so grateful for.
And we owe people some shout outs there. We're woefully behind.
We are.
So
we thank you for your contributions in spite of
Yes. Here's a generic thank you, because we are behind.
We are grateful. We just aren't able to convey it as well as we would like it.
Yeah, we definitely are going to get to the personalized thank yous and everything. So, but the exciting bit to me right now is that we're starting Job.
We're starting Job.
And Job is Job.
Everybody knows the book of Job.
Everybody knows Job.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the book of Job.
It's the book of Job.
Fuck yeah.
And then Robert A. Heinlein wrote a book called Job, A Comedy of Justice. Have you ever read it?
I don't think I've read that one.
It's kind of funny. I really liked it.
Got it. All right. Well, are you ready to go ahead and get into this?
I'm ready.
Let's go do Job.
Okie dokie. Okay, Job. Chapter 1.
Let's do this.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Okay. In the land of Uz.
Uz.
Mm-hmm, there lived a man whose name was Job.
Okay.
This man was blameless and upright.
Dang, he's good.
He walked on both feet.
Yeah.
He feared God and shunned evil.
Sorry, the upright bit took a second to sink in. It's so funny now. Now it's not. Okay, I'm good now.
Okay. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters.
Damn, he got busy.
He did. And he owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys.
Shit, dude was loaded for those times, huh?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And he had a large number of servants or
slaves.
Slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was the greatest man among all the people of the East, where great equals rich.
Yeah.
I don't think
so.
Rich makes you great.
Well, my understanding is that he has the favor of God too, at least to begin with.
All the way through, because he, from what I recall of this story, he, no matter what happens to him, stays with his faith to God, and that's why God.
Got it.
God's like, do what you will.
Okay.
He's awesome to me.
So anyway, he's a quote unquote great man.
No, he's a rich man.
Yeah.
Everything that they've told us this far is about his riches.
Let's just remind people that anybody who has servants isn't that great.
Right. And by servants, we mean slaves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anybody who has slaves
not all
isn't that great.
Right. His sons used to hold feasts in their homes on their birthdays, and they would invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them.
Well, that's nice of them.
Yeah, I like it when siblings get along and they don't leave out some just because they're girls instead of guys or what the fuck ever.
Definitely.
When a period of feasting had run its course, Job would make arrangements for them to be purified.
Okay.
So they would party down, and then Job would be like, okay,
so
kids.
This is like when you go to...
let's go get clean now.
When you go to get forgiveness the next day after you know, for your drunken whatever.
Yeah. Early in the morning, he would sacrifice a burnt offering for each of them, thinking, perhaps my children have sinned and cursed gods in their heart. Just in case my kids are assholes, I'm going to do this little sacrificial
That'll
thing.
make it all better.
Yeah. This was Job's regular custom. That was nice of him.
Yeah.
Rather than teaching your children not to be assholes,
right? You
say, maybe they were assholes last night.
So I'll make sure that they still get into whatever the fuck the thing is.
Yeah, heaven or whatever we're calling it these days.
Yeah, sure.
One day, the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them.
Oh, man. Well, who invited Satan? Who the fuck invited Satan?
The thing is Satan is an angel. He's a fallen angel.
Well, what's he doing there, though? He should be in hell.
Because they all came to see the Lord.
Okay.
Yeah. The Lord said to Satan, where have you come from?
Yeah. Where did you come from, Satan?
Which is funny because don't he know?
You would think.
He's
God.
I know where he came from. This is so interesting. Satan answered the Lord, from roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it.
Oh, he went back and forth on it.
He was walking around, taking notes.
Do you think he was just walking across the Middle East, or was he walking across the Americas?
Probably just the Middle East.
Maybe in Antarctica?
No, probably just the Middle East.
Okay,
but there is a little story tie-in.
Sure.
That remember how the serpent, like, it lost its legs or whatever?
Yeah.
And it was due to roam the earth on its belly.
Yeah.
There's some who say that Satan is the serpent in angel form or whatever.
Got it.
Or the serpent is Satan in snake form.
I
mean, like, a really great example of this would be in Good Omens, where you see Aziraphale.
Yeah. And he turns from a snake into the
Lucifer
demon.
or whatever.
Well, no, he's a demon.
He's Aziraphale. Yeah, he's not Lucifer.
Right.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright. He walks on both feet.
He walks on both feet. How can you do better than that?
A man who fears God and shuns evil. Does Job fear God for nothing? Satan replied. Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? I mean, you bless the work of his hands so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. So Satan is like, he's rich and has everything.
Yeah, you're hooking this guy up.
Of course he's fearless.
Right.
Like, duh.
Right.
But now stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face.
Okay.
Good logic.
Sure.
The Lord said to Satan, very well then. Everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger.
Okay.
Then Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. So you see, they have this bet going.
Yeah,
God's
it's not cool.
I bet if you take everything from him, he will still love me. Go ahead, do it. And
You know,
like,
there's people
Sweet.
there's people in the world that already have things are taken from them. You telling me that there's literally only one person? I'm just saying, like,
right?
You're literally making this guy suffer
Mm-hmm.
to prove a point, but you could
take a person who's
like,
already
show me
suffering
you're God. Surely somebody believes in you that's got nothing, right?
Right.
That would be an easy fix.
It's already happened.
Right? Yeah. You don't have to take shit from them. They already don't have anything.
Yeah. One day, when Job's sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house, a messenger came to Job and said, "The oxen were plowing and the donkeys were grazing nearby. Oh, and the Sabians attacked and made off with them.
Oh man, not
and
that.
They put the servants to the sword, and sorry, I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you."
Jeez, that's rough.
While he was still speaking,
yeah,
another messenger came up and said, "Wah! The fire of God fell from the heavens and burned up the sheep and the servants, and I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you."
Jesus Christ. Might be time to look for other jobs, guys.
Right? When it rains, it pours? Question mark?
Yeah.
While he was still speaking,
another
messenger came and said, the Chaldeans formed 3 raiding parties and swept down on your camels and made off with them. They put the servants to the sword, and I'm the only one who's escaped to tell you.
Man, it's a lot of those poor servants.
Right?
Like,
okay.
God and devil have a bet. The slaves get fucked, of course.
Of course, yeah. While he was still speaking, yet another messenger came and said, I don't know how to tell you this. This one really sucks. Ready?
Okay, all right.
Your sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house when suddenly a mighty wind swept in from the desert and struck the 4 corners of the house. It collapsed on them and they are dead.
Oh my God.
And I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you.
Gotcha.
So, sorry, dude, but
man,
all 10 of your children.
Family and all of his livestock.
Servants and all of his
all his servants, yeah. Minus, he's got like 4 left.
Yep.
Servants, yeah.
At this, Job got up and tore his robe and shaved his head, as the sad
they do
Jewish
back then, apparently, yeah.
I don't see him
Maybe
putting on his sackcloth.
No sackcloth? Man.
Right? Then he fell to the ground in worship and said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." And he's still like, God is great, God is good. Let him thank him for all the things that he just now made die and took away from me.
Right, yeah.
Woot,
thanks God for ruining everything in my life.
For nothing, over nothing. Not because I sinned.
I don't understand. Okay. I get. No, I don't. Because God has the ability to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Clearly.
And
on a whim.
He has chosen to take away everything from this guy.
Yeah. Now some would say, no, but God didn't. God didn't do it. Satan did.
Right. And some people would say they're testing his faith and whatever.
But why?
Why?
You know his heart, don't you?
Yeah, he was.
You already know.
He walks upright, for fuck's sake.
Do you need to prove it to Satan? Why? Is your dick so small, God?
And that's probably the case, yeah.
I guess. In all this, Job did not sin by charging God with wrongdoing. The end.
Okay, so
we're off
to everything gone.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it get worse, I wonder?
Oh, it does.
Does it really?
It does.
Wow.
Yeah. How? How could it possibly?
Right.
But it does.
All right, guys, that was Job chapter 1.
Sure as fuck was.
Off to a bang.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be back tomorrow with
Job chapter 2.
All right, we'll see you guys then.
Yep, bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
God tried to ruin Job. Well, I guess God let Satan ruin Job by killing all of his kids and taking all of his livestock and killing all of his slaves and some other things maybe.
Job's calamities.
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
And
it was bad.
And it was all because Satan was like, he's rich and got it easy. Of course he loves you. And so God's like, do your worst, bitch.
Right?
He'll still love me. And Satan was like, challenge accepted.
I don't think that I don't think my first thought after all these things happened to me is, oh, praise God. But that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Job was like, oh, praise God.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I might have taken
the Lord gives and the Lord takes away.
I might have taken a day. I might have taken a day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Even if I believed, if I believed in God,
mm-hmm.
I might have taken a day.
Look, I'm not saying that I would be like, oh, it's the worst, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But yeah, definitely.
I mean, it is pretty bad.
It is pretty bad. Like, I would at least take a couple of days to be like, why me? This is ridiculous. I'm looking to my left. I'm looking to my right. My entire everything has been like, I lost everything.
Right. And no one told me about it. I just lost it.
For no reason.
Right.
I'm a deserving person.
The very worst case scenario, I'd be like, what did I do? Did I do something wrong?
Right?
Help me, God. Like that kind of thing.
I could see, like, help me.
Like,
if I was a religious person, I might turn to God and say, help me. What am I doing wrong? Why are you punishing me?
Right.
But I couldn't see just being like, everybody in my life is dead. Yay, God, you're still great and awesome.
Right, no.
Like, that
not even a little bit.
Unless
it's forced. It's not even, like, it can't.
It doesn't even make sense.
Right?
Unless everybody in my life sucked.
Right, but it didn't sound that way.
It didn't sound that way. It sounded like he really liked his kids and was like, well, they party hard, so I'm just going to do some sacrifices.
Yeah.
Just in case they got jiggy with it.
Right.
I don't know what goes down these newfangled kids in their parties and stay off my lawn and, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. But this whole, God's awesome. He gives and takes away. Oh, wells.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, then you didn't love your family very much if that's your reaction.
Right.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Because basically that sums up his entire reaction, right? Oh, well.
I mean, that's how I kind of took it. I'm like, damn, that's not my react. That's not anybody I know's reaction.
No.
Like, that's crazy-ish.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Job chapter 1.
Sure as fuck was.
And today we're going to be reading
Job chapter 2.
All right. Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, Job chapter 2.
Okay.
We're still in his calamities.
Yeah, calamities.
Okay?
Got
Just
it.
so you know.
Okay.
Like, it's continued. It's not a new little
We're not done yet.
subsection. We're not done yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On another day.
The
angels came to present themselves before the Lord. And guess who else came?
The devil.
The Satan. He also came with them to present himself before him. You know why? Because he's an angel too.
I mean, sure.
I'm just saying.
I mean, honestly, this is like only the second time that Satan has been mentioned in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
There was that other one reference that we had a while back,
Right.
And so we don't really have a good idea. There's not been a real good description of what Satan is.
That is true.
At least not in the Bible.
That is true.
Thus far.
Where does the whole he's a fallen angel come from?
Right.
Is a good question.
It has not been drilled in our readings thus far.
Correct. So that's actually a good question.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, the Lord said to Satan, where have you come from? And Satan answered the Lord, from roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it. Walking around fucking shit up. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Wait.
What the hell?
That sounds like, oh, no, yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
I thought maybe I was like, oh, am I in the wrong chapter? But no,
we're in the right chapter.
Yep,
okay.
Yep. Okay, so anyway, he's like, remember that guy you just fucked up? Have you considered him? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright. He walks on both feet.
Yeah, both feet. Yeah.
He's a man who fears God and shuns evil, and he still maintains his integrity, though you incited me against him to ruin him without any reason.
Yeah. Do you think there was a lot of people that were just walking on one foot? Or maybe like 2 feet in a hand?
Do you know that I am the one that made up he walked on both feet? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, it just says upright?
Yeah, it just says he walked upright. Or he was an upright man. And so I added, he walked on both feet.
Okay.
You thought that was, I'm sorry.
This is why I ask you to read it legitimately sometimes.
I'm so sorry.
Because I can't tell.
Okay. I thought it was obvious that I was just fucking around. I apologize. to all of our listeners. I added that bit.
Okay.
He may or may not have walked on both feet.
He probably did.
He probably did.
All right.
But I was just like, he used a spoon with his soup, you know? He's an upright man.
Yeah.
He walked straight. He had a stick up his ass.
Got it.
I don't know.
Okay.
Shit, man. Skin for skin, Satan replied.
Skin for skin?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I do know that snakes shed their skin.
Sure.
And that I have skin on me.
Yep.
A man will give all he has for his own life, but now stretch out your hand and strike his flesh and bones.
Oh, dang.
And he will surely curse you to your fucking face.
You think?
Do you think he will? Or is
No,
like the
he's
point
not
of the
going
story
to.
that he's like,
yeah, he's never
you took all my skin off, but I still love you.
Right.
That to me sounds like a really sick relationship.
Right?
Honestly.
Yeah, this is like an abusive relationship.
Let me tell you, husband, if you killed everybody I know and love and
you
care
saying
for,
you wouldn't still worship me?
I would not be like, oh, my husband gave me everything and he took it away. He's the best.
Yeah.
He's still the best. I still love him.
Right.
Like, no, that's not how that works. Somebody fucks your shit up. You're allowed to like go to them and be like, why'd you do that?
Right.
That hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
At the very least. Like, I'm being nice here, but like, honestly, to me, you could also be like, the fuck, dude?
Right.
And punch him.
I think that's more the legitimate reaction there.
Right. I was just trying to go with like, well, we're reading the Bible. What would the nice thing be? You would walk up and you would tell him your feelings.
Yeah.
That hurt my feelings that you killed everybody that I love. Right? Like, isn't that
therapy session with God?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really hurt me.
Use your feeling words. Is that what they say?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
The Lord said to Satan, very well then, he's in your hands, but you must spare his life. You know, you can take his liver because you can live without a liver.
Sure.
But just don't kill him.
Don't kill him.
Don't kill him.
Everything else is fair game.
You can take his appendix, but
Sure.
don't kill him. Okay?
Right.
Okay. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and afflicted Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crowns of his head. Oh, the crown.
Jesus.
The one crown.
Yeah.
Many souls,
Yeah, that
one crown.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, that's just shit.
Yeah. Dude just lost everything.
And
now you're like, and I'm going to make
now you're in
you
pain.
in lots of pain.
Have it.
Okay.
Then Job took a piece of broken pottery and scraped himself with it as he sat among the ashes. His wife is still alive. That's nice.
Not for long, I bet.
No, I'm sure you're
Yeah.
right. His wife said to him, are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die.
Jesus.
Wow.
Wow.
That is
She's
not
like-
the correct
She's like, you're
reaction
hideous
either.
and everything you had is gone. You might as well just, end yourself.
Like, that is not the correct response to your spouse. Like,
no.
bitch, you just lost everything too.
And this is a woman in the Bible telling her
Right?
husband, like, dude,
Curse God and
the
die.
fuck?
Just get over it already.
Right? Yeah.
Like, it's making it sound like she didn't just lose her livelihood and her children.
Well,
Like,
I mean, she sounds more legitimate than he does because she's probably pretty bitter that she lost her kids and all of her money and all that.
but then she turns to her husband and says, you're ugly too, just die.
Well,
Curse God and die. Fuck
maybe-
off.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
that is not the correct
Maybe
reaction.
she might be angry that he still worships God. Like how can you do that with all this shit going on and all this crap? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I don't know. That just seems like a weird thing to fight about when you've just lost everything.
I don't know, but
Right?
I also didn't grow up in a world where God was everything, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like I don't understand that.
I mean, we
so.
did grow up in that world, but we didn't grow up in that world.
Right.
Yeah. He replied, you're talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble? In all this, Job
Trouble?
did not sin in what he said. Trouble.
That's just, we call this trouble, huh?
Jeez, I hate it when all my kids die. That's
That's
a
some
bad
trouble.
day. That's a bad day right there.
It's troublesome.
Yeah. And when on the same day we lost all of our livelihood and our slaves.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't have had slaves, but be that as it may, they shouldn't have died.
Yeah, that caused some real trouble for us.
That was a bad day.
Mhm.
Remember that one bad day?
Yeah,
That was such a bad day.
it was.
Like,
There was lots of trouble happening that day.
okay, TMI here.
Sorry, I'm hung up on the word trouble.
No, I know. It's just, like I said, TMI here. I've not had anything like this. I have miscarried more than once. And you know what I didn't say? Well, that was some trouble just then. Like, I'm trying to make light of a sad situation here.
Right. Yeah.
Like, those are things that you mourn. These people, neither one of them are mourning. The one is like, fuck you. And the other one's like, oh, it's just a little bit of trouble.
Just trouble.
Just a spot of trouble.
Yeah.
We can get through this.
This guy is like the build a bridge and get over it guy.
Oh, I hate that guy. Oh, I fucking hate that guy. That was rude of you to bring that up. That guy can eat a dick, okay?
Right,
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he likes it, in which case then he can eat something else that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
Eat a bunch of tacks.
Sure. Whatever it is you don't like.
Eat that.
Eat that thing.
Have
shit
fun.
Is pretty universal.
Eat shit and
generally speaking.
Yeah, I hate that guy. Okay. When Job's 3 friends, Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite, heard about all the troubles,
yeah,
right here in River City, that had come upon him, they set out from their homes and met together by agreement to go and sympathize with him and comfort him. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's and good. I hope that they brought some extra blankets.
They're probably
going to
die too.
Probably. But like, that's the correct reaction.
Yeah.
Like when me and you have trouble.
Yeah.
Some of our family comes to us and helps us.
Yeah, for sure.
And those are the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Other ones, not so much, but they can also eat shit. But anyway, when they saw him from a distance, they could hardly recognize him because, he's covered in boils.
Yeah, right. I mean, if I was covered in boils, I wouldn't expect somebody to recognize me exactly.
I sure wouldn't fuck you that day. And that could be trouble, I guess. When they saw him from a distance, they could hardly recognize him. They began to weep aloud. And they tore their robes and they sprinkled dust on their heads, as you do.
Yeah.
Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights.
Wow.
That is also called a week.
Yeah.
Just so that we're clear.
That's some good friends there.
They sat with him on the
ground for a week.
I would sit in the hospital with a friend
because he was having trouble. He had some trouble.
He just had spotted. You'll get through this. It's just some trouble.
Right.
Yeah. No one said a word to him because they saw how great his suffering was. The end.
Wait, but he didn't praise God yet. Why didn't he praise God in this chapter?
I don't know, but that's the end of that chapter.
That better be coming, otherwise I'm going to lose faith in Job here. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I thought you're all about God, man.
What happens if you lose faith in Job?
This is just trouble.
Do you then lose faith in God?
I already don't have that.
No, yeah. I don't. This story is bothersome on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
Like, even just as it's not real. It's just a parable.
Right.
It's a shitty parable.
Right.
It's a really bad parable. Like, I have a family friend who has been dying for years of, colon cancer, and I don't just tell her, it's just trouble.
You should thank God.
You should just be like, God's still great.
Right.
I mean, you're just dying. What?
Why should you worry about your trouble?
Yeah.
That's just trouble.
It's just, I can't even with this. I'm sorry. This whole thing is dumb. I hate it. The end.
Yeah. So that was Job chapter 2.
Sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow we'll be back with
Job chapter 3.
All right, guys. We'll see you then.
Bye. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Let's see. Job got boils all over, I believe.
He sure as fuck did.
And he had some trouble.
He had right here in River City.
Just a little bit of trouble.
Just a little bit.
Some trouble.
Yeah, not a lot or anything.
But he didn't actually say anything good about God at the end of the chapter, which surprised me.
But nor did he say anything.
Didn't say anything bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was surprised he didn't say anything good.
He just sat quietly in pain, and his friend sat with him.
Yeah.
And they saw he was suffering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was suffering. He had some trouble.
He had trouble.
Yeah.
He had just lost his children and slaves and livestock, and then he got the boils.
Trouble.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Just a bad day.
Right. So that was Job chapter 1.
No, that was 2.
2. Sorry, my bad. 2.
Sure as fuck was
Job
chapter 2. Yes.
And today we're going to be reading
Job chapter 3.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, Job chapter 3.
Okay.
After this,
After the
thing,
boils.
the thing that
or
happened in
whatever.
the last chapter.
Yeah.
When he was sitting around there not saying much
Right.
his boils.
Yep.
Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth.
Oh.
Damn.
Cursed his birth, huh?
Yeah.
That seems to me like to be a cut on God, though.
It really does.
Like in a roundabout way, right?
Yeah,
like, because, if you're cursing your birth, God made you according to your God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right.
So you're cursing God's making of you.
It's kind of like when a teenager says, why was I even born? Or, I didn't ask to be born.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
He hasn't specifically cursed God.
Yeah.
But
well, let's see what he says.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. He said, may the day of my birth perish, and the night that said a boy is conceived. That day may it turn to darkness. May God above not care about it. May no light shine on it. May gloom and utter darkness claim it once more.
Yeah.
May a cloud settle over it.
Man, he's pissed off at his birth.
Woof. May blackness overwhelm it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
That night may thick darkness seize it. I'll seize
Thick
it.
darkness.
Thick darkness.
As opposed to that light darkness, you
thick
know?
boy.
He's got to have the thick stuff.
Mm-hmm. Thick.
Right.
Like with the two C's instead of the C.
Right.
Yeah. May it not be included among the days of the year, nor be entered in any of the months.
Don't think the celestial calendar would like you skipping a day.
I was going to say, I don't think that's
saying.
how agenda books work.
Right, yeah.
Like you can't just
take a day out.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
Unless it's like, February 29th.
Fair.
Then you can take a day out
Fair.
occasionally.
And also, they have that, like, leap month. Adar.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, right.
Has, like, Adar and second Adar or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I can't remember what it is now because I don't care as much as I probably could or should.
Right.
But I do remember that there was a month.
Sure.
Or two that had different numbers of days.
Right.
Okay, whatever. May that night be barren. Barren. No other babies born either that day. That day has no babies in it.
Right.
May no shout of joy be heard in it. No shout of... Wait. You are upset, so I can't be happy about anything
You're
that
cursing
day?
everybody else.
Hold on.
It's not cool.
That's rude.
Yeah.
I mean...
because you got boils and, your kids died. And
I have much
your livestock
sympathy.
died and your slaves died. And
yeah. I'm sad at you. I have sympathy. I empathize with your plight.
Right, but stay off my joy, man.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, I'm happy, so you should be too.
Right.
Like, that's the opposite.
You have good reason not to be happy.
Sure, but
God is fucking with you hardcore.
Yeah, God is fucking with you, and he's allowing the devil to be mean at you.
Right.
And that sucks,
yeah.
and I hate it for you. But, that day, maybe I found my missing sock.
Right.
That was a good day.
That's a reason to be happy, yeah.
Right? That day, maybe... somebody didn't cut me off in traffic, and actually quite the opposite, signaled me to allow me into their lane ahead of them.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
It's a good day.
I had joy that day.
Definitely.
I could tell you. Ooh, one time I went through the drive-thru and the person ahead of me paid. I did not pass it on because I'm a broke ass. But I did appreciate it, and I kind of got a tear because I was a broke ass that day.
Right.
So I was very appreciative.
Yeah.
It fell where it should have. I needed it that day.
Right.
Am I not allowed to be joyful?
I think you can be joyful.
Okay, what about the day that my mom's breast cancer went into remission?
That was a good day.
That's a good fucking day.
Yeah, and if it fell on Job's birthday, I don't give a fuck.
I'm sorry that happened, Job.
Right?
I still have joy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The two things have... You can hold two ideas at the same time that have nothing to do with each other and even are opposite.
Right.
I can have sorrow for you and also joy at all the good things that have happened. And I'm not trying to say, just be happy.
Right.
Because that's stupid.
Yeah.
But don't tell me, just be sad with me.
Right.
Because that's mean.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to go off, but that pissed me off.
Yeah.
May those who curse days, curse that day.
Yeah.
Fair. Those who are ready to rouse Leviathan.
What? Wait. Leviathan.
The beasts of
Yeah.
the sea, like the deep, big, bad sea monster Leviathan.
I thought that was the Kraken.
Oh, maybe that was the Kraken.
Leviathan.
I thought Leviathan.
I don't know what it is exactly, but maybe we should do some research.
Oh my God, we just found our Q of A.
Right.
Yeah.
like Leviathan.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, my sense of it is that it's almost like the dune worms. You know,
dune
like
worms, yeah.
that's my sense of what a Leviathan is.
Okay.
But,
I do know that in Neil Gaiman's The Sandman, that there's a Leviathan, but it's a character, not a thing.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm thinking of the Corinthian. Never mind. And he is a character.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, never mind. Nothing.
Okay.
Pay me no mind.
Right.
Okay. May its morning stars become dark. Damn. He is like, everybody die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. May it wait for daylight in vain and not see the first rays of dawn, for it did not shut the doors of the womb on me to hide trouble from my eyes.
Trouble.
Right here in River City. And that starts with T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
Yeah.
I said it wrong, but you know.
Just in case anybody doesn't know the reference, it's from Music Man.
It is.
The musical.
Yes.
So the trouble thing that we've been going on about.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't know.
And there's 2 versions and they are equally fantastic. Highly recommend them both.
I prefer the Matthew Broderick one.
Of course you do.
But that's just me.
I can't remember the name of the guy. This is horrible. I can't remember the name of the guy that stars in the first one. But let me tell you, he also starred in the movie Starman, which is where I first knew him from. Okay?
Yeah.
And Starman wants to be Star Wars. And I love that movie. Particularly, there's a part where towards the end, the bad guys are like about to explode. Their like spaceship is like doomed. And they're like, oh no. And the one guy says, what do we do? And the other guy, his eye monocle thing closes over his eye and he goes, we die. And it's like the best line in the whole fucking movie.
I don't know that I've ever seen that.
I saw it like a million times as a kid because we lived overseas because my dad was in the Air Force and there were only so many movies we could get.
Got it.
And so we had VHS tapes, you know, when you record movies on them and you could record 3 movies per VHS.
Got it.
Okay. So it was one of the VHS tapes that we had.
Okay.
That was on, you know.
On one of those.
I want to say it was like one of the second movies. We also had Pretty in Pink. Oh, so good. I must have seen that one a million times too. Okay, sorry. Nothing. This is like all irrelevant. But I'm just like, wow, I'm all over the place because this guy, he's like, worst day ever.
Yeah.
And I agree, but he's like.
So he's trying to take it out on everybody else.
Kill the planet.
Right.
Like, whoa, that escalated. Hold up. Instead, let's curse God.
Maybe listen to your wife or, curse God.
Like, why are you cursing the planet and all the people on it instead of God? Or instead of Lucifer, who did this to you?
Right.
Like, really, misplaced anger here.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
Why did I not perish at birth and die as I came from the womb? Because your mother didn't miscarry. And do you love your mother? Would you wish that on her?
Right.
You dumbass. Okay. Why were there knees to receive me and breasts that I might be nursed? Damn.
Because you were born.
And your mom loved you?
Right.
She didn't know you were going to have a
shitty day.
shitty day.
He's pretty fucking pissed off.
He really does.
Like, this is really pissed off.
Yeah. So, okay.
I get it. I get it.
Look, but we're trying to be shown that, but he's such a righteous guy that no matter how much pissed he gets at being hurt,
right.
no matter how hurt he gets,
but
he doesn't curse God. And I'm like, no, but doesn't he though?
Right. This is pretty,
blasphemous, gross.
He's pretty fucking angry.
Yeah. He's cursing everything but God. And I think that...
Right. Honestly, at this point, if he praised God at this point, I'd be like, oh, wow.
But God's still good.
What the fuck's wrong with you, man?
I'd be like, hold on. You just cursed your own mother for having you.
Yeah.
But no, God is great.
Yeah, and you curse the rest of us. You want us to all have a shitty-ass day.
You want us to all die with you or some shit. Right. I don't know. But God is great.
Yeah.
Eat my ass, whatever. For now... I would be lying down in peace. I would be asleep and at rest with kings and rulers of the earth who built for themselves places now lying in ruins, with princes who had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or why was I not hidden away in the ground like a stillborn child? Ugh.
Jesus.
Like, wow, trigger warning, my guy. Like an infant who never saw the light of day. There the wicked cease from turmoil, and there the weary are at rest. He's
going off.
This is poetic and dark. Like,
right.
He just met He just met his goth phase.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're a teenager now.
Yeah,
Did you just
yeah.
turn 16?
Right.
Oh, that's cute, guy.
Yeah.
Captives also enjoy their ease. Captives.
Mm.
Captives? Like, are we talking about slaves who are owned by other people? They enjoy their ease? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so offended. This is pissing me off. They no longer hear the slave drivers shout. The small and the great are there, and the slaves are freed from their owners. What?
Through death?
Wow. Wow. Is he saying, why don't we all just die together?
I think that's kind of where this is going.
This
maybe?
is not. This is
I'm curious about this chapter. Like, I'm going to want to dig into this a little bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like this is probably going to be our part of our Q&A at the very least.
Yeah. What is Leviathan and why is Job?
Like, what is this fucking rant?
This
basically?
rant is shit, and this is not righteous, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't care that the Bible is telling us this is righteous. I am telling you, wife, am telling you, this is not righteous.
I'm not feeling the love of God here.
Why is light given to those in misery, and life to the bitter of the soul, to those who long for death that does not come, who search for it more than for hidden treasure, who are filled with gladness and rejoice when they reach the grave?
He's questioning God. He's questioning God here, I feel like.
He is, but like
not in a direct way.
It's like in the movie Labyrinth at the very beginning when the trolls or whatever, they're the goblins. They're waiting for Sarah to utter the words, Goblin King, wherever you may be, take this child from me or whatever.
Right.
And all the goblins are like, did she say it? Did she say it? That's what they're like. And it's like we're waiting for him to be like, did you just curse God? No.
Right. No, definitely. We kind of know the arc of this storyline, I guess, sort of.
Yeah.
And so I'm finding this very odd.
Right.
I'm like, what is going on?
Because we are told that he's a righteous man who never curses God and loves him no matter how hard his life gets.
Yeah, but this
and
guy
the
is
fact of the
morbid
matter
right now.
is, he's not. He's just not.
Right.
And I kind of resent the story I've been told. Because they kind of either missed the point, and so they're dumb, or they didn't read it, and so they're dumb, or they read it, got it, and they're fucking liars.
Well, I'm sure at some point down this road that we're going to go down with Job, he's going to praise God again.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's going to be a righteous
man.
But in
this chapter?
Right. No, he's dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has the right to be. Like, I don't want to take away from the fact that, a lot of shit has befallen this guy. He has the right to be upset and to mourn and to be full of curses and bitter and jaded and cynical and all kinds of just misery, right?
Sure, but it feels like the devil's winning a little bit here.
Right.
You know, Satan's winning a bit.
Yeah.
He's
and that's not what they're selling us. That's not what the Bible has been selling us.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, excuse you?
Because in the past, when they've talked about people who praise God, it's been a different, it's always joyous. It's always, I don't care what's going wrong, I praise God.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's not specifically not praising God, but he is definitely in a dark point here in his life.
Yeah.
And
he has the right to
be. Yeah.
I do not want to take away from that. Like, I'm not trying to say dude should be joyous.
No, but we're couching this conversation in the fact that he is, like, the fact that we know kind of where this is going.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. I don't want anybody to conflate what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
totally has, I mean, yeah, he's got a shit deal right now.
Yeah. He's definitely got a shit deal. And if anybody was going to curse God, it should be him. And I've been told he doesn't. And this chapter, I'm sorry, but he is.
Right.
In not so many words, he is.
I agree.
Okay. Last paragraph. Ready?
Yeah.
Why is life given to a man whose way is hidden, whom God has hedged in? For sighing has become my daily food. My groans pour out like water. What I feared has come upon me. What I dreaded has happened to me. I have no peace, no quietness. I have no rest, but only turmoil. The end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, dude
that is a curse of God if I ever heard it. I'm sorry, but it is.
Right. But he's not, like, the whole point with God, right, is that you specifically praise him and love him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't specifically. Did
he say it?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I'm like, okay.
No, but God is a very petty and jealous being, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, the way that God has been portrayed to us.
The spirit of the law doesn't matter. It's the specific words.
Right. He's cursing life, which God makes.
Mm-hmm.
He's cursing himself, which God made.
He's cursing all of humanity, which God made.
Right. So, I mean, by all rights, in my opinion, he's cursing God.
Yeah.
But because God is petty and jealous,
Mm-hmm.
he's not... God doesn't perceive it as him cursing God.
Because he doesn't want
Because he's like,
to.
he didn't say the words.
Yeah.
He didn't say it.
Nope.
So I'm good.
Nope.
He hasn't cursed me yet.
Yep. I'm winning.
I win.
And Satan or Lucifer or what the fuck ever is like, are you
Kind of
kidding
missing
me?
the point, dude.
Yeah. Like, I gotta fuck with this guy some more, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Jeez.
How much worse can we make this?
Right? Like, I have to wonder, like, if at some point, it'd be kind of a cool story to, like, tell it from Satan's point of view. Like, oh my God, I just wanted to kind of fuck with this guy, but God was really missing the point here.
Right.
Like,
I had to take this to such
ridiculous
extremes.
levels.
It was ridiculous.
There's 42 chapters of this book. How much more do I gotta fuck with this guy?
God just didn't get it, man.
Right?
He didn't understand.
That would kind of be a funny story.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm done.
Yeah, well, that was Job chapter 3.
Sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow we'll be back with
Job chapter 4.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep, bye. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Yeah, Job was, like, cursing everything.
He was being a little
Like,
bitch.
everything.
And we ain't never been born.
But he was cursing other people, too. He's like, I wish nobody else would be born. I wish nobody else would, whatever. And, like, the whole fucking planet and everything on it, and everything sucks.
I wish my mom miscarried me.
Life in general is just a piece of shit.
Everybody else should die, too.
But I'm not going to curse God.
Nope.
That was pretty much it.
That's after him having lost all 10 of his children, his slaves, his livestock, and getting covered in boils, and his friends coming to sit and mourn with him.
Yeah.
For a week.
Right. So that was Job chapter 3.
It sure as fuck was.
And today we're going to be getting into
Job chapter 4.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, Job chapter 4.
Okay.
Then Eliphaz the Temanite, who was one of the friends that sat down with him.
Okay.
Like, I just went back and double checked that.
Got it, because it's not real clear.
Right. Well,
I mean, they go in, he bemoans everything in the fucking planet before he goes back into his friends.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we forgot about him.
Well, I wasn't sure if this was like one of those 3 guys that sat with him or if this was a different guy. But
right.
No, this was Eliphaz's
one of his friends.
Yeah. Like, when we were about to hit record, I go, ooh, hang on just a second, because I saw the first sentence and I was like,
right.
So I clicked back.
I didn't know if that was on. Yeah. Got it.
So
now it's one of those guys.
It's one of those guys.
Okay.
So he says, if someone ventures a word with you, will you be impatient? Oh, but who could even keep from speaking?
Right.
Think how you have instructed many, how you have strengthened feebled hands. Your words have supported those who have stumbled. You have strengthened faltering knees. But now trouble, here in River City, comes to you, and you're discouraged.
I can't imagine why he'd be discouraged.
You're
it's
sad.
just trouble.
It's just trouble. It came to you, and now you're all upset about it.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Why would you be so upset?
It strikes you.
You've helped people. Why would you be upset that all this happened to you?
It strikes you, and you're dismayed.
Right?
Friend.
Yeah.
Why be dismayed?
Can't imagine.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Should not your piety be your confidence, and your blameless ways your hope? You're a good guy, so you should have confidence and hope, and not be dismayed over this mere trouble of having all 10 of your kids killed.
Right. Yeah, I could get over the boils but the kids, 10 kids, 10 of your kids died.
Right.
That's fucking tragic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. That's tragic.
I'm allowed to bemoan shit.
Right?
The problem, see, again, I just want to make clear, like, it sounds probably like we're sending mixed signals here, because we're like, dude's allowed to be upset. Let him be upset. But then we're like, oh, you're upset. Like, you're not supposed to be upset. That's not the story we heard.
But yeah, but it's because there's a story we've heard, right?
Yeah, that's,
and so, like,
that's
it's
what I'm
not
trying
going,
to make clear.
Right. It's going against what we know, what we think.
Yeah.
What we think.
Yeah.
So.
I just wanted to be made clear that, yes, Job has every right to be upset, and I think he should be upset, and I think he should be like, fuck this, fuck those, fuck these, fuck all the things.
Right. No one could blame him for telling God to fuck right the fuck off.
Yeah. But don't then go and tell me he's upright and he never said a bad thing.
Right.
Like, no, he did, as well he should.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So his friend continues, consider now who, being innocent, has ever perished. Where were the upright ever destroyed? All through the Bible?
Were his kids not innocent?
I guess they weren't. He had to sacrifice for them all the
time.
time.
Because they just died.
But they were partying.
But God killed all kinds of people without, like, discrimination at all.
Yeah.
He didn't question whether everybody was upright.
Yeah.
He just fucking killed.
What about that upright guy who tried to catch the ark before it hit the ground?
Right? That was
guy.
He was just trying to help out, man.
Yeah. As I have observed, continues his friend, those who plow evil and those who sow trouble reap it. Trouble. Yeah. You got what you deserved. Mm-hmm. You did.
But that's
you were bad.
That's what it's saying. That's what people would think. Like, if you believed in God, right?
Yeah,
you must have done something to deserve this.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he's saying. Those who plow evil and those who sow trouble reap it. So you probably brought this on yourself.
Right.
What did you do? Weren't you good, Job? Why are you bemoaning the trouble that befell you?
Right. You must have known because you must have created this.
Because you're clearly evil, right?
Right.
So what did you do to bring that on yourself? I have observed, he continued. Oh, no, I already said that. Those who plow and those who sow trouble reap it. At the breath of God they perish. At the blast of his anger they are no more. The lions may roar and growl, yet the teeth of the great lions are broken. I see all the time when lions are growling, they bite somebody, but if that person's good, their teeth break right the fuck off.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm always like, damn, look at that good guy that got bit by that lion, but he didn't even bleed because that lion's teeth broke off.
Yeah.
Didn't you see that last week?
No.
Just happened never.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
never. The lion perishes for lack of prey. There's no lions today. And the cubs of the lionesses are scattered. Which is funny because, you dumbasses, the lioness is the one who hunts.
Right.
She's the one that would be like, get the fuck away from my kids. Yo.
They don't know these. They don't know.
No, they don't. And that's my point.
Right.
Because if they knew, like if God was great, God would have had a hand in the writing of this. And it wouldn't all be taking place in just the Middle East. And they'd know that lionesses are the hunters.
Right.
Stupid. A word was secretly brought to me. My ears caught a whisper of it, the friend continued.
Okay.
Amid disquieting dreams in the night, when deep sleep falls on people, fear and trembling seized me and made all my bones shake. Why are you so scared, boy?
Sounds like a nightmare.
Okay. A spirit glided past my face, and the hair on my body stood on end. That happens to me when I watched The Last of Us and the zombies came.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That was scary. It stopped, but I could not tell what it was. A form stood before my eyes. It was a zombie.
A form. Could have been a Lego block.
Or a nightmare, like you said.
Right.
And I heard a hushed voice. Oh, you know what it could have been? Also, sleep apnea causes...
Right.
Causes
you see dark figures or whatever. Yeah.
And they appear as... like old witches and hags sitting on your chest even.
I thought that was sleep paralysis.
Which is part of sleep apnea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all of those things. I know because I've researched it because I have these, because I have a very, very severe case of sleep apnea.
Got it.
And so, yeah, you can see all these things and it means that you need to fix your shit.
Right,
Your sleep ain't good. And you can give yourself a heart attack from it. So, y'all... make sure you're sleeping good. And I'm not talking about the 8 hours at night that you're supposed to get. I'm talking about the breathing portion of it.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, he heard a hushed voice due to his deep sleep apnea. Can a mortal be more righteous than God? God doesn't sound like he's very difficult to be more righteous than. I'm going to go with yes, since you asked.
Yeah.
Can even a strong man be more pure than his maker? I mean, yes, because based on the question, can a strong man? So, Data was a strong man who is more pure than his maker.
Right.
Right?
Right.
He was, because his maker did some pretty underhanded shit.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I know that is pretend. Okay, I'm not stupid, but what I am saying is
just
that,
to be clear, Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
well, yeah, obviously.
Well, I'm just making sure everybody knows which page we're on.
I'm sorry at the person who did not
We're
know
not
the
on the
Data
Bible.
to whom I prefer.
I'm just.
I said I'm sorry for that person.
Okay.
Go watch it now. It's a great dumb bad show that is horrible and fun, and I love it. I love it so much. And it's actually not dumb, but it's dumb. But it's not dumb.
Right.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
And so anyway, yes, I know that that's a work of fiction that I'm citing. However, AI is a thing that is no longer a work of fiction. And can be more pure than their maker.
I don't know. Thus far, not so much.
Every time we see AI go wrong and bad, it's because a bunch of racist Nazi fucks get their hand on the algorithm.
Yeah. No, I know.
So it is made bad by the programmers.
Sure.
And by the
I'm just saying,
beta users.
Our examples thus far have not been great. That's all.
Because they are more pure. They are like babies and we fill them with shit and garbage.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If God places no trust in his servants, if he charges his angels with error, how much more those who live in houses of clay, whose foundations are in the dust, who are crushed more readily than a moth? I didn't follow any of that poetic nonsense.
Right? That was what?
If he places no trust in his servants, if he charges his angels with error, how much more who live in houses of clay, whose foundations are in the dust, who are crushed more readily. I don't understand. I think
he's saying that man is lesser than
what? A moth?
I don't know.
I'm
I didn't
really
exactly
sorry.
follow that. Yeah.
Like I read it twice. The first time with voice emphasis, and then again like kind of mumbled through because I was trying to actually retain it.
Right.
And it's still not clear to me. So apologies. I'm not.
Yeah,
educated.
we might have to look that bit up because
I don't know what that.
I don't
meant.
know what it was getting at.
God is great. Humans suck is probably
and
the
people
gist
live
of
in
it.
Clay. I don't know.
You're a big old clay head. Between dawn and dusk. That's a movie, Dawn and Dusk.
Dawn to Dusk.
Oh,
dawn.
yeah. No, you're right. Dawn to Dusk.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Dusk to Dawn.
Dusk
there
to
it
dawn.
is. There it is.
Yeah.
Clooney was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
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 Who else was in that?
Well, I mean, it was Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, okay.
So.
That makes so much better sense in retrospect. Like, I watched that before I knew what a Quentin Tarantino was. So the movie was very confusing to me. It was also during a period of time in my life when I had not seen a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And so I didn't understand things. And the movie was so confusing because it seemed from the first half hour or so, it was just a straightforward, and then this happened, and then that was happening, and then these people did this. Right. And then all of a sudden there were vampires, and I was like, what the fuck? Where did that come? They came out of nowhere.
Right.
And the whole first hour of story had nothing to do with the movie.
Right.
I really need to watch it again, though, and see it with 40-something-year-old eyes who understand Quentin Tarantino and who have seen a little bit more life.
Right.
We need to add that to our watch list, I think.
Okay.
Are you interested?
Sure. It was one of his dumber ones, but
was it? Okay.
In my opinion.
I wouldn't know. I don't feel like I'm a fair judge. I didn't like the movie, but there's a lot of movies I didn't like that I like now.
Right.
Raising Arizona is always my prime example.
Oh, and I think Antonio Banderas was.
Oh, yeah. He was. I'd see it again for him.
Right.
And Clooney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's watch that again.
Okay.
Real soon.
Sure.
We should make the kid watch it.
They won't be interested.
Okay. But vampires.
They still won't be interested.
No?
No.
Okay. Anyway, between dawn and dusk, they are broken to pieces. Unnoticed, they perish forever. As broken pieces do.
Right.
Are not the cords of their tent pulled up so that they die without wisdom? The end. What?
Okay.
This chapter made no fucking sense to me. It's a friend saying all the wrong things to somebody who's mourning.
That's
and
what
angry.
it sounded like to me, but I don't know what he was getting at exactly.
Right?
Maybe it'll become more clear. I think we need to do more research into that chapter.
Probably.
There's a lot in this that we're going to have to like dig into.
Like, what?
We got the Leviathans from the last one and
Yeah.
then this whole thing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I don't think this friend said anything helpful. I could tell you that much.
It didn't seem like it.
Because if somebody comes to me and is talking about all this when I'm like real upset and bent, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're right. Thanks. I feel a lot better about having lost my 10 kids and my livelihood.
Yeah.
And all my servants.
No, I'd be
and
more
slaves.
inclined to say fuck off and leave me alone.
Yeah. If you don't have anything helpful to say when somebody is in mourning and angry over what they've just lost, either go away or sit silent. Because I guarantee you that you sitting silently with them is still supportive and loved and appreciated.
Right.
Because who among us, honestly, knows what to say in the face of someone else's mourning other than, I don't know what to say, but I feel your pain and I am here with you to sit with you in it.
Right. That's the best you can do, really.
Yeah. That's been said to me more than once, and I've said that more than once to others.
Right.
And honestly, have the courage and bravery to not know the answer. Have the courage and bravery to say, I don't know what to say.
Right.
It's okay. We forgive you because we don't know what to say either. Mostly, we're just in pain.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right. So, was that it?
That was it. I'm sorry. I ranted a lot during that. I apologize.
That's all right. That was Job chapter 4.
It sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow we'll be back with
Job chapter 5.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Let's see. Eliphaz was going on about something.
Right. I mean, according to the subtitle thingy, he was rebuking Job.
Rebuking Job. Okay. Well, probably because if you have all this bad shit happen to you, then you deserved it.
Well, obviously.
Obviously. You can't, God's not just a dick, right?
I mean, that's what I hear.
You think that's not what I have read.
No.
That's not what you have read.
That's not what I have read either.
You read.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, according to the people around me who claim to have read.
Those people who say he's a dick.
No, he's totally a dick. And Eliphaz sounds like he's a dick, too.
I mean, he just doesn't know, maybe. He's like God, God.
Okay, but here's my thing. Job lost his kids, his 10 kids, his slaves, which, okay, that's gross, and his livestock. Right. And now he's covered in boils, and his friends came to sit with him for a week. And the first time one of them speaks up, it's to rebuke him. I didn't get everything that the dude was saying, but I'm like, whatever, fuck you.
Right.
Eliphaz.
Yeah.
Go away.
Right. All right. So, I guess you could look at that as something else that they're doing bad to him. He's losing his friend's confidence,
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
That. Also, his wife wants him to kill himself. But that was a couple chapters ago.
Was it? I don't remember that. Was she like, just die?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
No, there's so much that happened to Job that I forgot, and we're only 4 chapters in.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Job chapter 4.
Sure as fuck was.
And today we're going to be reading
Job chapter 5.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, Job chapter 5.
Okay.
And Job is still being rebuked by Eliphaz. Okay?
Yeah.
Call if you will, says Eliphaz, but who will answer you?
Right. Yeah, who will answer you?
You don't have phones yet,
right.
So who are you going to call? You were supposed to say Ghostbusters.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, them guys. Okay. To which of the holy ones will you turn?
There's more than one whole... Wait, is he talking about priests? Or who's the holy ones?
It's not specific.
Got it.
Who are holy ones? I'm assuming he must mean priests, not gods.
Right, because you wouldn't mention gods.
I mean, they have in the past.
Unless he's like, which one? Maybe they do. There are multiple gods back then. Mm-hmm. So maybe it is a question as to which god he'll turn to.
That's true. That's true. But he probably means priests. Yeah. Resentment kills a fool, and envy slays the simple. I myself have seen a fool taking root, but suddenly his house was cursed. His children are far from safety, crushed in court without a defender.
Jesus.
The hungry consume his harvest. taking it even from among thorns, and the thirsty pant after his wealth. He is not being a good friend. I'm sorry.
No.
He's like saying, get a hold of yourself. It could be worse, and maybe you are the worst.
Maybe, yeah.
You kind of deserve this shit.
I don't know. This guy's okay.
I don't like him.
Not a great
I would be
friend.
like, you're uninvited.
Like, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah. For hardship does not spring from the soil. There it is. Trouble. You brought it on yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Nor does trouble sprout from the ground. Yeah, bad luck just never ever happens.
It's always because you
there was a plan.
It's because you did something wrong.
It's both a plan and it's your fault.
Right.
It's your fault, which is what made it be in the plan.
Right.
The plan that was already there in place.
I find that the people calling out people, they're usually the ones that are the worst.
They are such assholes.
You know?
I hate them.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yet man is born to trouble as surely as sparks fly upward. Bad luck happens, but bad luck doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get me?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But if I were you, he continues, I would appeal to God. He's saying you should just pray.
Right.
Even though God's a dick and, you are somebody that brought this shit on yourself somehow, even though you were upright.
Sure.
You should appeal to God.
Right.
Who is a dick.
Right.
But not a dick, but a dick.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I would lay my cause before him. He performs wonders that cannot be fathomed. I have fathomed all of them. Miracles that cannot be counted. I counted them.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I forgot how many, but if I went back and read,
we could count them.
they're counted.
Yeah.
They're countable. He provides rain for the earth. Does he, though?
I mean, hypothetically, in the God world, sure.
Okay, but there's droughts, so...
Right, but he also does those for... Remember, those are for reasons. It's not just because it's droughty.
It's droughty. Nice. He sends water on the countryside. Okay. The lowly he sets on high, and those who mourn are lifted to safety.
Right.
He's mourning, and he's not been lifted. He got
You
boils.
just got to grovel to God, that's all.
I guess.
Right?
He thwarts the plans of the crafty. Now that I know is untrue.
Right.
Because there's a lot of crafty fucks running around our politics right now.
No, my God,
They are crafty AF.
Right.
And they are not being thwarted.
I can't help but think of the Beastie Boys song whenever you say crafty.
Crafty.
She's crafty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that their hands achieve no success. False.
Mm.
He catches the wise in their craftiness, and the schemes of the wily are swept away. Wily, crafty.
Wise. They're wise and wily and crafty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And they always get caught.
Eliphaz is kind of boring.
I hate Eliphaz.
You know? Like, shut up, Eliphaz.
Go away.
Yeah.
Darkness comes upon them in the daytime. At noon they grope as in the night. No, they don't.
Okay.
The worse you are, the faster you rise to the top, and we all hate them.
Seems to be the way.
Aw, somebody wants to be part of the Poodle Cast. Aw, hi, Cagney. He saves the needy from the sword in their mouth. He saves them from the clutches of the powerful. So the poor have hope.
That's why people have slaves back then, right?
Yeah.
That's why that happened. Yeah.
So the poor have hope, and injustice shuts its mouth. Shut your mouth.
Right.
Blessed is the one whom God corrects.
Okay.
So do not despise the discipline of the Almighty. Always be glad when bad things befall you. That trouble that you brought on yourself.
No.
You were just so like, For he wounds, but he also binds up. He gives you the cancer, but then he also cures you. Except he doesn't, though. He injures, but his hands also heal. Really? Because I know people that are dead.
Right. Well, he chose that one kid. Remember that they laid over? And he saved that kid.
Yeah.
He died and he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he didn't save any of the babies I miscarried, and he didn't save my best friend's baby.
Right. But he's oftentimes, as long as they send an army out to help him, he's saved the Israelites maybe. Sometimes. Sort of.
Now and again.
Kind of, when he feels like it.
Part of the army.
Yeah.
Over there.
if somebody doesn't have the wrong statue in their backpack.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying.
This whole thing. From 6 calamities, he will rescue you. In 7, no harm will touch you. This is such blathering bullshit.
Yeah, it really is.
In famine, he will deliver you from death, and in battle from the stroke of the sword. This is such bullshit.
Yeah.
This is lies and nonsense, and it's making me angry. You will be protected from the lash of the tongue and need not fear when destruction comes. So the fact that you just lost your 10 children, fuck it.
Right.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Whatevs.
Yep.
Stop being mad about it.
Right.
You will laugh at destruction and famine. I won't, though. And need not fear the wild animals. Okay. Hold on a second.
No, this is where you know that there's an entire like there was I don't know if it still exists, but I know that there was like a guy at least, if not an entire like cultish sect of Christianity, where they thought they could stand in front of lions and be okay.
Stand in the place that you are
Didn't
with
work
lions.
out so well for them, from what I understood.
I bet not.
Yeah.
Okay, I just watched this cute video on YouTube about these people that like surprising wild animals were kind and loving or whatever.
Right.
But those are anomalies. There's a reason that those videos are popular. It's because it's not commonplace.
Right.
Right? Like if it was commonplace, okay, that's not necessarily true because cats are adorable and that's commonplace. And I don't care how many videos of cats I see being adorable.
Right.
I always have room for one more.
Yeah.
So, okay, I just proved my own self wrong. Okay, but still, I'm here to tell you guys, please fear wild animals.
Yeah, don't go up to them and assume that God's going to protect you.
He won't.
He won't.
He won't.
You'll probably be mauled or dead.
Yeah, the wild animals will be wild animals at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't trust.
Porcupines will shoot their quills at you.
Yeah.
Skunks will make you stink.
Mm-hmm.
And lions will fucking eat you.
And crocodiles and alligators will roll you and then
eat you.
Eat you. And snakes will swallow you.
I mean, I don't know any snakes in this area that would swallow us.
Okay, but there are places where the snakes are huge and they will fucking swallow you.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, if you're little.
Yeah.
They'll swallow your
For
baby.
Sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
For you will have a covenant with the stones of the field. Hey, stone, I got a covenant with you. Would you mind getting your legs and walking off my field? Because I have a covenant with you, you stone.
Right.
Get out my cornfield, would ya? And the wild animals will be at peace with you. No, we've already discussed that.
Yeah, that's not true.
No. You will know that your tent is secure. Your tent. Did you erect a tent?
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I knew where that was going.
Anytime there's a tent and
there's
it's
a tent.
erected.
Yeah. It didn't say erected.
I said
tent.
erected.
Yeah, I know you did.
I cannot think of a tent without it being erected.
I know you can't.
Because I'm a child.
You are.
Do you love me?
I do.
You will know that your tent is secure. You will take stock of your property and find nothing missing.
Nothing.
Nothing
Not
missing.
A damn thing.
This is bullshit right here. This is definitely bullshit.
Yeah.
We have things missing. I can tell you that right now.
We are not godly, remember?
Well, we are heathens. That is true.
I'm just saying, we don't have, like, if there was a God, we are definitely not in his favor.
Okay, so you're telling me that Christians never lose shit?
No, I call bullshit.
I call bullshit, yeah. You will know that your children will be many, except for, there are some people who are barren and
so
want children and can't have them.
Yeah.
And don't qualify for adoption or for whatever reason.
But again, Eliphaz covered this earlier. If you are barren or something like that, you obviously, obviously.
What if you are churchy and great and good and upright, but you don't want kids?
Well, then they must be doing a repeat of Job.
Oh my God. I hate this.
I don't know.
You will know that your children will be many and your descendants like the grass of the earth.
The grass, not the sands
not
of
the
the
star.
Sea. Not the stars, not the sands.
Not the stars in the sky
but the grass
or the sands on the beach. No.
If you're in a desert, there's not much grass.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it just depends on where. If you're in the ocean, there's definitely no grass.
That is true.
Yeah.
But nobody here lives in the ocean.
No, they don't. They don't.
So,
but I mean,
that was silly.
I feel like there's less grass than there is sand or stars, though.
right?
So
Like
maybe
if
they're
you were-
becoming a little bit more realistic?
Okay, because I was thinking like they're getting lesser. They're taking infinity down a notch.
Right, yeah.
Like, calm your tits, eternity.
Right.
Right? You will come to the grave in full vigor, like sheaves gathered in season.
Okay.
So you're going to dance to death. You're going to be
I
like,
guess.
do, 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 I'm a happy, happy guy, I'm about to die. Happy, happy guy, I'm about, oh. And then you're done, but you died happy.
Sure.
And he continues, we have examined this and it is true. So hear it and apply it to yourself. The end.
They have examined it and it is true. Huh?
That's some science for you.
That's science.
That is not anecdotal.
Examined something.
Now, how many people do you think were part of his pool? You know what I mean? Like when
he himself and I.
He himself and I.
Not my eye. His eye.
His eye. I'm just wondering, like, you have to have a good sample pool from which to draw, or else your results are tainted and stupid. And yes, I said taint.
I think most of their results were tainted and stupid back then.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that chapter was dumb. It was just more Eliphaz blowing.
Yeah, I don't like Eliphaz.
He
He's
needs
an asshole.
to quit. This cannot. Okay, Job is 42 chapters long.
Right.
And I cannot stand if Eliphaz goes off for the next, like, 30 of them.
See, here's the thing. I mean, he's going on about how God's great and you need to, like, give it to God and all that kind of crap, right? But, like, I was expecting, like, this is a test of Job, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about his friend.
Right.
Why isn't Job just understanding this on his own? It's not really passing the test if you have help, right?
Right.
Like, he's not just doing this on his own. Somebody, like, this guy's
so
going
he failed.
on. This guy's going on for eons about
2
stupid
chapters
shit.
so far.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, Job failed the test.
I mean, he hasn't specifically cursed God yet, but like we said,
no, but God was like, he'll be fine. He's totally good.
He's not fine.
He is not fine. He
lost all his goddamn kids.
And he cursed his birth.
Right.
He cursed his mom. He cursed the day he was born. He wanted to change the calendar and get that day off.
Right.
I mean, he's not fine. He's not good right now.
I just wonder how much more of this crap from Eliphaz. Jesus Christ.
Elephant?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
How much more of this crap we have to endure from him.
Me too.
I'm getting a little sick of it.
He's just too much.
He really is. He really is.
I don't
even know what to say about it. It's just
I wish Job would deck him. Honestly.
That would be the ideal situation,
right?
I think, yeah.
Okay, like my best friend, when her baby died, she had several friends after a month tell her that she needed to move on and quit grieving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you, Eliphaz-like friends. Right?
Yeah.
Like, when I had more than one miscarriage, I was told the same thing. And who the fuck are you that does that? Stop doing that, you guys.
Right.
Don't tell people how long is okay to grieve. You don't know.
Right.
You know what? If you only take a few days to grieve, that is great. I think there's something wrong with you maybe, but I'm not going to be like, you should grieve longer. Right. You really need to keep grieving.
Everybody heals at their own pace.
Right. So get off each other. Stop telling each other that you're grieving too long. There is no such thing as too long.
Right.
Cool.
Anyway.
Eliphaz sucks.
Eliphaz sucks. That was Job chapter 5.
Sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow we will be back with what?
Q&A Saturday.
That is right.
And we're going to look up Leviathan and we're going to figure out some Eliphaz stuff.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck does he think he is?
We need to figure out what the fuck... I mean, we kind of get the gist of what Eliphaz is saying.
He's a twat.
We still want to look it up just to kind of,
And in British lingo, he's a right cunt.
On that note, we will see you guys tomorrow.
Yep, bye. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're doing today?
I do. It's actually Saturday, and we're doing...
Q&A Saturday.
That's right. Mm-hmm. On time.
And I have some answers.
Do ya?
Yeah. Do you know what the questions are?
Let's see. It was about Leviathans.
Mm-hmm.
And that, what was his name?
I don't remember.
Fucker
Elephant.
Faz, motherfucker Faz? Elephant. Eliphaz.
Eliphaz.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what the fuck he was going on about.
Mm-hmm. To Job.
But I know he was a dick.
Yeah.
Because he was just being a dick.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so you have answers?
I do.
All right, let's go get these answers.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I'm going to answer the question about Job's friend first, because it's real quick and easy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
The fact of the matter is, we are in the middle of a longer conversation. And our interpretation is right. His friend is a dick, and he was indeed telling Job, you probably brought this shit on yourself, so stop moaning.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
But to read further into it
wouldn't get us too far into it.
Yeah, I need to have more of the conversation.
So we're a little befuddled by the conversation because we're only getting one part of it at the moment.
Right.
And
because we're only at chapter 5.
Got it.
So
okay.
It's a hang in there.
But it is very like extra poetic and like it's just extra.
It is extra.
And I'm like,
but it's also I don't know if you recall one of the episodes that we did covering the shape of the Bible and where all the different books fall.
Okay.
This is one of the least important, or it's considered one of the least important books of the Bible by Jewish scholars.
Got it.
It's part of the poetics and writings.
Got it.
So,
okay.
And that's exactly what it is.
Sure. That makes sense.
So it's not really one of the great
It doesn't
things.
hold any like laws or anything like it's just a story.
Right.
It's
exactly.
Just a story.
Exactly.
Got it.
So it's not anything that we need to worry
one of the more popular stories out there.
Because it is the main theme of it. Once you get to it and get all the way through it, the main theme is that basically everything happens for a reason and trust in God.
Yeah, fuck that.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so that's Eliphaz.
That's the Job portion.
Yeah, right.
Okay, the next
the Leviathans?
Bit. Yes.
Oh boy.
This was fun. I went down some rabbit holes here. And I didn't even go as far as I could because
because Leviathans. I mean, we all have heard that term.
Rabbit
even
holes.
Outside of the Bible.
The rabbit holes have rabbit holes on this one.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So at its simplest form, Leviathan is a mythological sea serpent.
Obvious.
Okay.
Well,
we could stop
mythological,
there.
I knew.
Sea serpent.
Sea serpent.
Okay. We could stop there if we wanted.
Sure.
Do we want?
No.
Obviously not.
Let's go.
Okay. So a sea serpent or a sea dragon is a type of sea monster described in various mythologies, most notably Mesopotamian, Judeo-Christian, Greek, and Norse.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So here are various examples of the Leviathan from various stories.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Leviathan was the one that was defeated by Yahweh. Okay. We haven't got there yet.
Got it.
That's a thing that happens in the book of Psalms and the book of Revelation.
Got it. Okay.
Is when Leviathan elsewise is mentioned.
Sure.
So we don't know.
Every good religion needs a Leviathan to defeat by God, right? Yeah.
So there's Lotan, which I will get into in a minute.
I've heard that before.
He was defeated by Baal-Hadad. And I hesitate to say Baal. I think it's Baal-Hadad because this is not the Baal. This is Baal meaning master.
Okay.
And it specified that.
Okay.
So I'm going to say Baal-Hadad.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah.
So Lotan was defeated by Baal-Hadad, who was the storm and rain god in the Canaanite and ancient Mesopotamian religions.
This is sounding like Big Trouble in Little China. I'm expecting people to come in a lightning storm or something. You know?
Exactly. There's Tiamat, whose name I utilized in a story that I never finished that now I'm like excited to get back to.
Okay.
Tiamat, who was defeated by Marduk.
Okay.
We've heard of.
Yeah.
Typhon was defeated by Zeus.
These are all Leviathans. Is that correct? Okay.
Jormungandr was defeated by Thor.
Okay.
And Vritra was defeated by Indra.
Got it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So these are all from that part of the world, and they all influenced each other.
So Leviathans are evil-ish creatures that gods like to destroy.
In the water.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So the Leviathan of the book of Job is a reflection of the older Canaanite Lotan. Remember, I said we get to him in a minute.
Yep.
Who was a primeval monster defeated by the god Baal-Hadad. Okay. Lotan means coiled, and he's a servant of the sea god Yam, defeated by the storm god Hadad-Baal, or Baal-Hadad.
What I am.
I also yam what I am, but I don't like yams.
I do.
Yams are disgusting.
There's nothing better than what's that thing I like? It's
sweet
like
potato
Oh
pie.
yeah, it's not yam, but sweet potatoes. So
sweet potatoes are yams.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so yeah, it's a yam.
Yeah, disgusting.
I am what I am.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah,
is what you are. Okay, so that creature has a number of possible names and titles, including the fugitive serpent, the wriggling serpent, and check this one out, the mighty one with 7 heads. Does that sound familiar? Like a hydra?
Like a hydra, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so, I mean, this creature gets around. Sometimes it's a sea monster, a sea serpent, a sea dragon.
Got it.
It's a water monster.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
It's the big bad in the water.
The Litani River that winds through the Bequa Valley in Lebanon is named after Lotan, as the river was believed to be the personification of the god Lotan.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Leviathan is often an embodiment of chaos, and he threatens to eat the damned after their life.
Oh,
and
man.
in the end, of course, it is annihilated because
Right.
bad always loses.
Yeah.
Christian theologians identified Leviathan with the demon of the deadly sin, envy. And I was like, hold on, is this like the 7 deadly sins? And I was like, I need to know more about those.
So are there separate demons for each sin?
Apparently there are. Huh. Yes. I did not know that. This is a rabbit hole we're going to have to go down someday because I was losing, like, this is why I ran out of time and was like, hang on, I got to finish some shit up. Because I was way over on a tangent.
Yeah.
Dealing with Catholic nonsense over there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So just briefly, the 7 deadly sins are also known as the capital vices or cardinal sins.
Sure.
They're not directly mentioned in the Bible, which means they're not mentioned in the fucking Bible.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But they are parallel in the book of Proverbs to the 7 things God is said to hate.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
So they saw that God didn't like some things and they were like, 7 deadly sins, the worst ever.
Right.
We're going to capitalize on that and we are going to make t-shirts with those things on it.
As a Christian religion, we like numbers and things that sound bad. So there you go.
So according to the standard list, these are pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. Okay. And my favorite depiction of these is in that movie, I think 7.
Yeah.
Where various people are killed according to.
No, I like that movie.
That was a good movie.
It was.
What's in the box? What's in the box? It's your wife's head.
But I didn't watch it. I didn't watch that movie with like religious fear.
No, I didn't either.
You know, so it was just a fun movie.
It was just a really great movie.
I didn't
that had some interesting religious stuff that I didn't know anything about.
Right, like if anything at the time I might have learned about religion somewhat from that movie.
Right.
You know,
like oh, there's 7 deadly sins.
That's how I came to it. So
Exactly. Yeah. So I want to cover those someday. We'll have to work them into some Q&A. I'm not sure how and when. Okay. Because since they're not really mentioned in the Bible.
They're not really something that we would end up discussing unless we go down a rabbit hole.
Right. I'm going to have to find some book or list of all of these non-biblical things that people just know.
Right. I feel like that could be a bestseller.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like there's all this shit out there. And there's some really kind of cool stories, actually.
I mean,
and interesting things.
This book that we would rate would be called "This Isn't in the Bible, but Christians Think It Is."
We should write the Idiot's Guide to What's Not in the Bible.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's like super interesting. Like, what does everybody know about the 7 deadly sins?
Right.
Why? Why do we know that there are 7 deadly sins?
And it's not in the Bible.
It's not in the Bible. Nothing about it.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, I was going on.
No.
Okay, so back to Leviathan, okay?
Yep.
He also figures in the Hebrew Bible as a metaphor for a powerful enemy, notably Babylon. Apparently he was mentioned in Isaiah chapter 27, I don't really remember that.
We didn't read Isaiah.
No, we didn't. I was thinking, what was the one I was thinking?
I have no idea.
It starts with an I or an S.
Does
one
it?
of them guys.
I mean, there's Samuel. There's
Samuel. What's the other one?
There's shit. Why am I'm drawing a blank now?
Saul.
All of a sudden, Saul.
No, it was okay. I had Isaiah in my head. I don't know why, but anyway. So apparently, when we get there, they'll mention it there too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm dumb. Just know I'm dumb. Okay, so here's another rabbit hole. Ready?
I'm ready.
So Leviathan is only one of a couple of other huge, gigantic monster things.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
He's the one that lives in the sea.
What about the Kraken? I thought there was a Kraken in the sea.
Stop. That's something else.
Oh, shit.
Okay? That's
okay.
some other legendy thing.
All right.
Okay? So you've heard of the word behemoth?
Yes.
Okay. Behemoth is a beast from the biblical book of Job. Apparently, he's going to be mentioned later on. We haven't read him yet.
Okay.
Okay.
So we get a Leviathan and a Behemoth, huh?
They're a team. They're part of not a team, but they're part of a whole. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
The Behemoth is a form of the primeval chaos monster created by God at the beginning of creation. He is paired with the other chaos monster Leviathan, and according to later Jewish tradition, both would become food for the righteous at the end of time.
Okay. Hold on a second. God created chaos demons.
Yeah.
Who were horrible.
Horrible
things.
Huge. Horrible, huge things.
Right. And then only to eat them at the end of time for the righteous?
They're gonna be food.
This is really weird.
It's childish.
It's really fucking weird.
It's childish stories.
Yeah.
It's fairy tales and legends.
How does anybody how could you tell somebody this and be like, yeah, and it's all true?
Right?
I mean, like, wait.
I'm so sorry.
I was good with the story
you?
right up until you said true. Hold on.
Yeah. So metaphorically, the name behemoth has come to be used for anything that's extremely large or powerful.
Sure.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because whatever. So both of those beasts are extremely strong, unruly, and untamable in nature. We've also got a ziz.
A ziz, huh?
Yeah. He's a bird. Okay, so we've got the behemoth, which is the huge land monster on Earth. We've got Leviathan of the sea.
Okay.
And then we've got the Ziz of the sky.
This is really starting to sound more like
Native American early stories.
Well, I was going to go with like Greek mythology.
And Greek mythology, which is also very similar. Yeah.
Then like Yahweh, God, stuff.
So you can see how I went into rabbit holes of rabbit holes, right?
Right, yeah.
This is ridiculous. But let's talk about the Ziz just a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about a Ziz.
He's been compared to a phoenix.
Okay.
A phoenix is a bird that burns itself up and then rises from its own ashes anew.
Right.
Okay. The Ziz is a giant griffin-like bird in Jewish mythology, said to be large enough to be able to block out the sun with its wingspan.
Damn.
Like Leviathan, so is Ziz a delicacy to be served to the pious at the end of time, to compensate them for the privations which abstaining from the unclean fowls imposed upon them.
Okay.
Because you know how you can only eat certain animals and the rest are unclean?
People suffered.
That's a hardship.
That's okay.
That's a hardship. So someday you'll get to eat the Ziz and that'll make up for it.
Yay?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, and in the book of Enoch, which is not in the Bible that we're reading.
Right.
Okay? It's one of those other extras that we'll get to.
Other extras, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so in the book of Enoch, chapter 60, there's a verse that says, "And on that day were two monsters parted, a female monster named Leviathan to dwell in the abysses of the ocean over the fountains of the waters. But the male is named Behemoth, who occupied with his breast a waste wilderness named Duodane, which means east of Eden."
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's interesting.
So that happened.
There's a lot of references to East of Eden. So
and there's a book, I think by Steinbeck, called East of Eden.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Like, the more that we dig into shit like this, like the weird stories,
the weird stuff.
And the more, like, you catch these little offshoot
pop
references.
Culture.
Yeah.
Pop culture
and I'm
stuff.
like, Jesus Christ, we could spend all year just going through this, right? Like, that's how I feel.
You can see why I was like, yeah, Job, blah, blah, blah. That's a conversation. Yeah.
Who cares?
Anyways, Leviathan. So later Jewish sources will describe Leviathan as a dragon who lives over the sources of the deep. Okay. When the Jewish Midrash was being composed, all of the different writings of the Midrash were being composed.
Yeah.
It was held that God originally produced a male and a female Leviathan.
Oh.
But lest in multiplying the species should destroy the world, he slew the female, reserving her flesh for the banquet that will be given to the righteous on the advent of the Messiah.
Damn, he must have some really good preservation of meat methods.
He salted that shit good.
Because it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Jesus.
But he made them and then was like, wait, never mind.
Right, yeah.
I thought God didn't make mistakes, but apparently he did with the Leviathan.
But it's not specifically in the Bible.
Right.
And that's what some people would say. Like, well, God didn't say it. It's not in the Bible.
Well, some of the later Jewish people believe that. So.
Right. Half the shit they quote, though, sometimes isn't in the Bible. So
I know.
I don't really take much credit.
No.
Whatever.
Credence, yeah. So in another story, when the Leviathan is hungry, he sends forth from his mouth a heat so great as to make all the waters of the deep boil. And if he would put his head into paradise, no living creature could endure the odor of him.
The odor? Man,
odor.
It stinks so
he
fucking
stank.
bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
His abode is the Mediterranean Sea, and the waters of the Jordan fall into his mouth.
Oh. This remind me not to go swimming in the Mediterranean Sea then, I guess.
Exactly. Don't go there. I swam in the Mediterranean and I never saw...
You didn't know that he was there.
I never saw anything that was weird or big or anything like that.
Yeah,
so you know.
No giant Leviathan?
No.
Nothing to stink?
No.
No.
I take that back. Kind of, but it's just because the area, the water, how do I want to say this? Because it's like an inland, it's not like an ocean where everything can wash in and out, right?
Okay.
It's the Mediterranean, it like traps stuff
Stagnant.
there. It somewhat, yeah. Like it flows, but it is kind of stagnant. So it smelled very heavily of sea and salt water sea and all of the brine and stuff that comes with that.
Sure.
So toward that end, a lot of people don't like that smell, and so you might think that it stinks. I didn't take it to be a stink. It's a very sulfuric, similar smell.
Okay.
So I didn't mind it.
Sure.
But some people might think that stinks.
Got it.
It's all a matter of taste. Okay. Oh, you know how I said that he's got like this huge mouth, right? And that the waters of the Jordan flow into it?
Yeah.
Like that's where the idea of the hell mouth comes from. Like, do you remember in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they lived on a hell mouth? Like,
yes.
Okay, that is actually a thing that was referenced in this article I was reading. That
got it.
Like that's where Buffy the Vampire Slayer came from the hell mouth of the Leviathan.
Got it.
So it's not like Joss Whedon just came up with the idea of Hellmouth. He saw Hellmouth.
The idea was already there.
Yeah. So that's where that comes from. In a legend recorded in the Midrash, a different legend, it is stated that the fish that swallowed Jonah, have you heard of Jonah and the whale?
Yeah.
That's a band, I think, but...
it's also a story in the Bible.
Yeah. Anyway, the fish that swallowed Jonah narrowly avoided being eaten by the Leviathan, which eats one whale each day.
Damn.
That's so. I don't know what to say other than if that Leviathan had eaten that whale wouldn't have swallowed Jonah.
Right.
Now we haven't got to that story yet, but that's another silly story.
Yeah.
Because Jonah stayed alive inside that whale, and I don't think that's something that happens.
That would not have happened. Yeah. No.
Okay, Leviathan can also be used as an image of the devil.
Seems like everything bad.
Everything is
an image
devil.
of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't surprise me.
Well, the reason that he is because he endangers God's creatures as well as God's creation. He endangers God's creatures by attempting to eat them, obviously.
Right.
And he endangers God's creation by threatening it with upheaval in the waters of chaos.
But God created them.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would God create something that could fuck with them?
Why did God create 2 and then kill 1?
Right.
I don't know.
But if he can kill the one, couldn't he kill the other?
He could.
So he can't really fuck with him if he doesn't want it to.
Right.
Unless, whatever.
He kind of wants it to.
Yeah.
He likes the drama of the battle.
Apparently.
I don't know. So, okay, now I'm going to say a few things about different people that have written about it, okay?
Okay.
So St. Jerome wrote that this is the dragon that was cast out of paradise, that beguiled Eve, and is permitted in this world to make sport of us.
Wait, so this is the serpent from...
Yeah, this Leviathan is a different form of the serpent.
Oh, okay.
The serpent is a smaller reflection of the Leviathan.
Okay.
It comes in many forms, because
But apparently there's only
dragon
one.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
So, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Okay, the next 2 things I'm going to say, I had to refrain so fucking hard. Like, I had to hit the back button before I went down more rabbit holes.
Got it.
Okay. Thomas Aquinas. Oh, no, I just said that one. No, I didn't. Thomas Aquinas described Leviathan as one of the 7 princes of hell.
Ah.
What? Princes of hell, huh?
Yeah. Apparently.
What?
Well, but that's referenced in Supernatural that we watched.
Well, yeah, but I thought they were making that shit up.
Yeah.
So once again, pop culture is digging into the darker parts of the not in the Bible stories.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? There's 7 princes of hell. So that's another thing that someday we gotta get into.
Obviously, somebody else in Hollywood was like, you gotta read the Bible and the related shit because there's so much there. It's a gold mine.
The Bible's okay, but it's that related. It's those rabbit holes, man. I'm telling you.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Uh-huh.
The Satanic Bible, which is there is a book called the Satanic Bible.
Right.
It lists Leviathan as one of the 4 crown princes of hell. So there are 7 princes of hell, and there are 4 crown princes of hell.
Okay.
What the fuck? I ask unto thee.
I don't know.
So we got to get into those someday.
Yeah.
Okay. In some Gnostic, am I saying that right? Gnostic.
I think
Gnostic.
that is correct.
Gnostic.
I think it's Gnostic. Yeah.
Gnostic sects.
Yeah.
The Leviathan appears as an Ouroboros, separating the divine realm from humanity by enveloping or permeating the material world. And an Ouroboros, of course, is a snake eating its own tail and then flipped inside out so that it resembles the symbol of infinity.
Got it.
Which is like a sideways 8, if you're trying to imagine what I'm describing.
Yeah.
So, okay, so there's some other things that wrote about Leviathan and what it means to them.
Okay. Yep.
Finally, we're going to end here on just a kind of boring note. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some 19th century scholars pragmatically interpreted the term Leviathan as referring to large aquatic creatures such as a crocodile.
That's dumb.
That makes better sense.
That's no fun.
And the behemoth as a hippopotamus. That's so boring.
It's so boring.
Right? I told you.
No, the story's better.
Yeah. And the word later came to be used as a term for great whale and for sea monsters in general.
Got it. Okay.
So that is how we use it today.
All right. So there was our Q&A.
Our Q&A
and
over
all
rabbit
about Leviathans, basically.
Yeah.
So hope you guys enjoyed that.
I did. I want to go learn about crown princes and princes of hell.
I know. So much there.
I want to go.
7 deadly sins.
Yeah, the 7 deadly sins. I want to go learn all about all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. That was interesting. All right. So that was our Q&A. I think we're going to try to put out a Patreon episode on Sunday.
Yes.
And then we'll be back on Monday with
Job chapter 6.
And one thing I got to mention. I did not do our weekly replay last week, so I'm going to be putting out 2 weekly replays this weekend. One for last week and then one for this.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that does the weeklies, I do sincerely apologize for not getting that out, but it will be coming. And then
of course, you won't hear it until
right, yeah. Unless you've been listening to the dailies, just to be like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
But in case you missed it, we apologize, and it'll be coming. So,
yep.
All right. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye. Husband!
Wife!
What are we doing?
We're doing a Patreon. It's been a while.
It's been a while. We owe you guys so big.
Yeah, and this one's going to be a little different in the way we do it, because I'm trying something new to incorporate what we're doing in this episode.
And why don't I explain what it is that we're doing?
Sure.
Okay, so I enjoy a little bit of self-help and self-improvement and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you
hate it.
You hate all of it.
Yeah.
And that's fair. There's a lot of shit out there.
Right.
But I don't know. It gets me, and I'm always looking for that next thing.
Right.
Well, there's one channel that I started watching called A-Lux on YouTube.
Okay.
And they did a video series about how to tell if people are low class or high class or pretending to be high class.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to react because I have feelings.
Got it. All right. So we're going to be doing a reaction video. And the thing I'm going to be doing differently is I'm going to be editing in the bits that we're reacting to. Mm-hmm. So this is a new trial thing where it's a new thing for me.
Right.
So we'll see how this all goes.
And we thought you guys would enjoy hearing us try something new and do it just for you.
Yeah. So, all right, that's it. If you're not a patron and you're listening, you should go now and become a patron at patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse, and you get to hear the rest of this episode.
Yay!
All right, well, let's get into this.
Okay, bye. Oh no, what happened?
Well, this is a special Patreon episode, actually, which means that they need to go to Patreon and subscribe as a patron in order to listen to it.
Okay, well, I guess that we are going to go do that now.
Yeah, just head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse, become a member for as low as $2 a month, and you'll have access to all these special things and goodies too. So, go do that.
So this was just a teaser.
Yeah, teaser.
Okay, just
Bye.
checking.
Okay,
Bye.
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 Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Today Tix is your one-stop shop for theater tickets with the best prices on tickets to Broadway and beyond. Today Tix has Broadway tickets up to 40% off, which makes it easier than ever to see that show you've always wanted to see, or discover something you'll love just as much. Book your tickets in advance or even day of if you're feeling spontaneous. Visit todaytix.com/comedytix Or download the Today Tix app today and get $20 off your first purchase with code COMEDYTIX.
Hi, I'm Megan Rinks.
And I'm Melissa D. Montz.
And like every other person with access to a microphone, we started a podcast.
On Mondays, we release Don't Blame Me, which is an advice podcast where listeners call in and we share our thoughts on situations such as what to do if you're going to your boyfriend's family function and you haven't told him that you previously slept with both his twin brothers.
Then on Thursdays, we release our podcast, But Am I Wrong?, where we ethically gossip about pop culture, politics, our lives, and your lives. Listeners write in and we tell them if they're wrong or right in a situation. Are you the hero or the villain?
On Tuesdays and Fridays, we throw in a little something extra as well.
A little something. We strive to create a community grounded in activism, mental health, and inclusivity. Think of us as like your blunt, honest friends who give you advice that you need to hear, not what you want to hear. But we're also always rooting for your success. What we lack in credentials, we make up for in
opinions.
We do that in every episode too.
We're professional, unprofessional. So if you're looking for a new slate of podcasts to add to your routine, we're here for you.
Acast recommends.